What's up, Blade Breakers? We have another Transformers collaboration, and I'm really excited for this one. It has Optimus Primal and Starscream, right? So Optimus Primal is from Beast Wars, and basically, if I'm remembering the lore correctly, which I might not be, he had to kind of adapt in order to survive on planet Earth, and so that's why he's taken on the look that he has. Now we'll go over the back of the box real quick before we open it up, because you guys know these little tabs never work, and so I'm gonna have to manhandle this and cut it open and all that kind of stuff, because they don't ever seem to get everything apart. So this is the back of the box. Optimus Primal, 360F, and then 380 needle for Starscream. So the blade, you can see it is all attack type, full attack type combo. It does have really nice attack stats here, a 60 in attack, and then the stamina is only 13. So this is an echo of Shark Edge for Optimus Primal, and then Starscream is obviously Wizard Arrow or Arrow Wizard, if you want to, whichever one you want to call it. Starscream's a defense combo, but you can see that with a flat bit with obviously the Shark Echo is going to give Optimus Primal that attack type combo, you know, look to him. Very stereotypical attack type setup that we have here. 3 is a pretty common ratchet that you'll see, just because it has a little bit of an imbalance, but it also has decent contact points. So it's not as bad as 4, but it's not quite as intense as like a 160 or something like that, where all your stamina is just gone. So you can see right here, the ratchet itself actually has decent attack. It's a 60 in the height, that's the bottom one. And then the attack is 15, 9 for defense, 6 for stamina. What I find interesting is with the 80, the stats only change by 1 digit, or 2 digits, and then 2 digits, right? For defense and stamina. So let me know what you guys think about the combos. I think honestly the stock combos are pretty decent. It's a lot better than the other set that we got. Not to mention, this does have Starscream, which I know is a fan favorite, even though he's kind of a weasel. When he thinks Megatron's dead, he takes him all over, and he comes back as Galvatron, and he's pissed and just kills Starscream. What I like about Starscream, right, we'll talk about him now, is Starscream actually has like a soul or something. I forget what they call it, right? But basically, Starscream, whenever he dies, he can basically move on into another bot and take him over and stuff like that. So he just dies and then keeps coming back over and over and over and over again. So I'm wondering if that's why the combos doesn't look very good for Starscream. We'll find out. We're going to weigh it and everything, see how good it is. It is a defense combo, but you see stamina for the blade right here, 55, and defense of 27, which is the same defense as the Shark Edge Echo on Optimus Primal. So these blades have the same defense technically, but I don't know if the stats are something you guys care about. So me personally, I like to look at the stats. You can see the Ratchet actually has more of an attack focus, which is pretty obvious, but it is pretty common to see those 80s in those defense stamina combos. And then the bit, which is a needle bit with low resistance, of course, because it's defense, right? I'm not really so sure. We'll kind of see how that goes. We're going to let it rip and see if we can get this. Yep, all right, well, let me try to like stick my finger underneath. Yeah, all right, well, that's why those never work. It's not in the cards, you guys, all right? This is kind of one of those things that you come to expect from Beyblade X, is that it doesn't always work as it's described to work. I've actually never had it work, I don't think. Maybe when I first got like some of my Hasbro bays, I had one of them work. You'll have to remind me, let me know, say, hey, in your video on this bay, it actually worked. But we'll get you guys the QR codes real quick for the blades, and then we'll open everything up and get the parts set aside for you. So obviously you can tell by the silhouette, this one here is Shark Edge. Optimus Primal. Now, do scan these in, all right? I know I said in the last video you can't use them, and that's true, you can't. But you can get the Bay points, right? So I think it's 1,500 for each of these. So there's the QR code for Optimus Primal, and this is the QR code for Starscream. See if I can get it to focus up there. So let me know what you guys think. I'm really excited. All right, you guys, we got everything out of the box here, and it's looking pretty good, honestly. These do fog up a little bit more than the standard ones. I'm not sure if you guys have kind of seen that. Let me know down in the comments below. I'm not really too upset about it, but it's definitely interesting. I don't know, it almost seems like it's a little bit cheaper of a plastic cover than the other ones, but I don't really know. I was really hoping for some exclusives that were actually exclusive and not just echoes of past blades. So I've actually got the original ones here that they are based off of, and we'll be taking a look at that in just a sec here. So we'll talk about the bits. Obviously, flat is a decent attack bit, really good resistance. It's got that little band there, whereas this bit, which is the one actually with Starscream, does not. So the needle doesn't have the greatest burst resistance, but it is actually pretty good for defense combinations. So let me know which one of these you guys prefer as far as stock combos go. Sorry about the focus there, but I do like needle. I think it's a good bit, and flat is actually really good. A lot of people do run these 3 ratchets, especially over 4. So overall, I would say the 3 ratchets are pretty good. I do like that you get one of each, right? They're not the same height or anything like that. So at least, even though they are both 3s, you do get a 60 and an 80. I think that's pretty good. The 80 is probably going to be more used for those defense combinations, and then the 60 probably for those attack types, especially when we're talking about Shark Edge. This is Optimus Primal, and you can see this is the mold for Shark Edge. So very, very similar. Looking at it, there's not really any major differences. It doesn't look like they have changed any of the contact points or anything as far as like the bottom of the mold goes. But when you're looking at the blade, there are some small differences. For instance, this is not quite as pronounced as it is on the regular Shark Edge. And then this one obviously has that Optimus Primal design to it. So honestly, I think it looks pretty good. It does give it kind of not a shark look, if that makes any sense. He does look more like maybe gorilla-esque, if that's what they're going for. I'm assuming those are probably fangs. You know, there's not really a concrete way to tell or anything like that. But I do love the small redesigns they do on these Echoes. And the only thing I have a complaint about is I wish they got some actual exclusives that aren't just, you know, this is just Shark Edge with a different color scheme. And this one is Wizard Arrow with a different color scheme. And I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the yellow. They did this with the Megatron Bay, where this little piece of the bit chip, actually the one that kind of spins around and stuff, that one is a different color as well. You can see in Optimus it's red, and then Starscream has the yellow, and I'm honestly not a fan of that. I wish they would have just kept it either the same color as the background, or you have the background in all of the portraits, right? So Starscream is red, and then in the portrait for Optimus Primal, that's kind of like, that's actually, it almost looks a little bit brown. I can't tell. It probably looks a little bit more gray through the camera lens there, but I actually really like the look of Starscream, and I think they actually, they changed a little bit of the design with Starscream. So, oh wow. Oh wait, hang on. I just had it upside down, that's why. All right, so that's interesting. When you're looking at these bays, they are pretty much exactly the same as far as the plastic goes. Where you're going to see a lot of the differences is when you look at them up close, kind of almost under a microscope. There's no cutout here, but there is one here, which I don't know if you guys know a lot about Beyblades. That means he's gonna suck. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Is it on the back of the box? You can see it on the back of the box a little bit, but it's not very apparent until you actually get it out and you see it and you're like, huh, that feels a little weird. It feels like it's tipping a little bit. And that's because this has a hole in it and it's hollowed out. Whereas this right here, which is the heavier side, is filled in. So if they kind of went for like a helm design, right? Kind of symbolizing the helmet that Starscream has. But, oh man, let's get the scale out, all right? That is haunting. I'm really hoping I'm wrong, you guys. We will go ahead, get the scale out. We'll get the clicks here real quick. Ooh, that was bad. Okay, the bit was nice. That was pretty good. All right, decent clicks overall. We're gonna take the combinations for Wizard and Shark and see kind of what their weights are. So 41, basically. I'm just gonna round up for you guys. If you're wanting to do like all of the crazy math, go ahead, be my guest. Shark Edge, 44. Yeah, 44 versus 40. And if you compare decent weight, my Phoenix is 46. So that's really good. I don't have Wizard Rod out to measure. I know a lot of people prefer Wizard Rod to measure like specific weight and stuff, but since it's Hasbro, I'm going Hasbro, and there's not a Wizard Rod out for Hasbro yet. So, original Shark Edge, 43.6. Oh, is it lighter? 43.4. 43.4. 43.6. So a little bit lighter. I don't think that's going to hurt Optimus Primal in any way. That is disappointing. So that means this one's probably going to be pretty bad. So we'll round up 41 versus, oh my God, 38. So not only is it imbalanced, it is lighter. So let me just show this to you guys real quick. Dronzer, the lightest one, 36. And Starscream 38. Toss him aside. Like, did they do it on purpose because Starscream always dies? I feel like that is that meta. You know what I mean? Like, that's based in a weird way. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That's really crazy. I didn't even realize that they would do that. I guess I just kind of expected them to not do that. Wow. So he is lighter than the original, and he's got a lot more issues. He's imbalanced on the weight, and honestly, the colors kind of suck. Maybe this is a pass. I mean, to be honest with you guys, if you're in it for a good attack type, then just get the normal Shark Edge pack, which is the next unboxing after we do our last booster. But I think you should just get a Shark Edge pack. I know that's kind of crazy, but I mean, Starscream's worthless now. There's no reason to even battle him. He's just an inferior garbage version of Arrow Wizard, and you get Ball on Arrow Wizard. So even the recolor of Shark has flat. So unless you're a hardcore Transformers fan, I'm sorry to say it looks like the whole set is kind of a bust. But let me know if you're a Transformers fan, how you are liking the bays there. So Blade Breakers, let me know your thoughts, and we'll see ya in the next one.